In the heart of an ancient land, where the sun kisses the fields of mustard gold and the river whispers secrets to the stones, lay a small, quiet village. Here, in a house made of earth and hope, lived a farmer and his wife. Their lives were a simple rhythm of the seasons, plowing, sowing, and reaping. But for many years, their home was too quiet. They prayed for a child to fill the empty corners with laughter. And finally, the heavens listened. They were blessed with a son. To the mother, he was not just a child. He was her entire world, a tiny sun around which her life revolved. One evening, as the shadows of the banyan trees grew long, the farmer was returning from his fields. On the dusty path, he spotted a small, shivering bundle of fur. It was a baby mongoose, injured, orphaned, and barely breathing. Most would have walked past, but the farmer had a heart as vast as his fields. He brought the creature home. He bandaged its tiny leg with the same gentleness he used for his own son. "Look," he told his wife, "this little one has no one. He will grow up with our boy. They will be like brothers." The wife looked at the wild creature with doubt. She saw the sharp claws and the quick eyes. "A wild animal near a cradle," she whispered. But as she watched the mongoose look up at her with eyes full of gratitude, her heart softened, though the seed of worry remained. Months turned into a beautiful tapestry of memories. The baby grew, and so did the mongoose. They became inseparable. While the baby napped, the mongoose sat at the foot of the cradle, ears twitching at every sound. He was a silent sentinel, a guardian who asked for nothing but a pat on the head. To the baby, the mongoose was a playmate. To the mongoose, the baby was a sacred trust. Then came the fateful afternoon. The mother had to visit the village market. She looked at the sleeping baby, then at the mongoose. The old fear flickered in her eyes. "I am going," she warned her husband. "Keep a close watch. Do not trust the beast." The husband nodded, but life is unpredictable. A messenger arrived with urgent news, a debt that had to be settled immediately. Thinking the house was safe and the mongoose loyal, the farmer stepped out for just a moment, leaving the house in silence. From the dark crevices of the mud walls, a shadow emerged. A black cobra, thick with venom, slithered toward the cradle. Its tongue flicked, sensing the warmth of the sleeping child. But the mongoose was not asleep. He saw the predator. With a low growl, the small guardian transformed into a warrior. It was a battle of tooth against fang. The mongoose didn't care for its own life. It fought with a ferocity born of pure love. The room was a blur of motion and dust. Finally, with one last strike, the mongoose ended the threat. Exhausted and covered in the snake's blood, he heard the mother's footsteps at the door. He ran to greet her, his tail wagging, his heart proud, waiting for her to see his victory. The mother dropped her basket. She didn't see the snake. She only saw the blood. The red stains on the mongoose's face and paws told a lie her panicked heart believed instantly. "You monster!" she shrieked. "You have killed my son!" In a moment of blind, white-hot rage, she lifted the heavy basket and struck down with all her might. There was a dull thud, and then a silence more terrifying than any scream. She rushed inside, her breath catching in her throat. There, in the cradle, her son stirred, yawning and perfectly safe. And on the floor lay the mangled body of the cobra. The truth hit her with the force of a mountain. She ran back outside and collapsed beside the motionless mongoose. She called his name. She touched his fur. She begged for forgiveness. But the loyal guardian was gone. He had given everything to save a family that in the end did not trust him. As the sun set over the village, its light turning blood red, a hard lesson was etched into the dust. Haste creates waste. A moment of anger can create a lifetime of regret. Never act without thinking.